John.
Josh, coming back to the three-day summit on combating violent extremism, why was FBI Director James Comey not invited to that summit?
Well, a couple of reasons. One is his boss was. The nation's top law enforcement official, Attorney General Eric Holder, attended. The second is we also had local law enforcement officials from across the country who could talk about their own experience in working with community leaders to counter violent extremism in their communities. And the third is, there was we wanted to make sure that there wasn't that there wasn't a perception that this conference was overly focused on law enforcement tactics. Certainly, law enforcement has a very important role to play. That's why we had the nation's top law enforcement official in attendance. That's why we had police chiefs and other law enforcement officials from communities across the country in attendance. But the focus here is on the broader set of tools that are available to communities all across the country to protect vulnerable people who could be susceptible to violent extremist ideology that's propagated on social media.
But Josh, in terms of combating violence, in terms of combating violent extremism,
it's countering violent extremism.
Okay,
but
countering.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume we want to combat it too. But
we do.
So in terms of countering violent extremism, isn't the FBI director the head of the agency that is on the front line of doing exactly that? So you're having a summit, a three-day meeting on countering violent extremism, and you don't invite the lead official in charge of countering violent extremism.
That's right. We just invited his boss.
But, okay. And then, so you invite the Attorney General, you don't have the FBI director, but you did have the head of the Russian security service there. How does that look?
Hopefully he was listening carefully when the President was talking about the importance of governments respecting and protecting basic universal human rights.
But you don't think that's a strange message to have the head of the Russian FSB, the successor to the KGB, at this meeting and not the FBI director?
Well, to be clear about the Russian official who attended, the United States issued an invitation to the country, and Russia, in this case, made the decision about which official from their government would represent them. So it wasn't as if there was an invitation that was sent specifically to this official. This is the official that the Russian government chose to represent them at the summit. Was
there any hesitation of having that official there from Russia, given that he is on the European Union's sanctions list related to the Russian invasion of Ukraine?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.